Good morning, everyone. Today is a special day because I will be discussing a game that was created by me. This game is called Quadrilateral Gamblers. This is for all ages, from young, promising mathematicians to expert grown-ups, and can range from 2 to 6 players. What I'm showing you today is how to play the game, and I'm introducing to you the manual.
First, for the objective of the game. First one is to be the highest score at the end of the game. Second is to solve as many problems as possible. Third one is to think wisely and choose your move carefully. And last one, you have to get lucky.
Now, for the rules of the game. The list here is a must-do when you play the game. There will only be 7 rounds in one game, 7 because it is a lucky number. Second, you must spin the wheel of location to get the location of your base point. I'll be explaining more of that later on. Third, joining the quadrilateral will always start counterclockwise or from left to right. Next, choose a certain difficulty for the question you will be going to answer. Next, each round you will be receiving a super card. And then, every 2 rounds, you'll be encountering the gamble machine. You might be confused with some of the points I mentioned, but I assure you that you will be enlightened as we go on. And last but not the least, strictly no calculators or any coaching device while solving. Now, for a list of requirements or things you need in order to play the game. First is the wheel, with the options being top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. A set of questions for each difficulty, a deck of super cards, a whole sheet of paper and a pen, and last but not the least, a timer. Now, for the part you have been waiting for, how to play the game. First is to draw a quadrilateral. But how and where do we start? You may ask. Well, spin the wheel of location first. You have your piece of paper with you, and whatever location you get after spinning the wheel, that will be your point A. Next, the direction of drawing should be counterclockwise, and as you follow the directions we will be giving you will now be ending up with 4 corners and 4 points. A, B, C, D. To be fully guided, here is an example. If you get top right, draw to the left, down, to the right, and back up. If you get top left, draw down, to the right, up, and to the left. If you get bottom left, draw up, right, down, and to the left. And if you get bottom right, draw left, up, to the right, and back down. Now that you have your quadrilateral, it is not specifically the type of quadrilateral you are thinking about. You'll be knowing what type later on. Next step is to choose your difficulty, whether it is easy, average, or difficult. Note that the higher the difficulty, the more points you will potentially receive. To know the full point system, easy questions is equal to 20 points, average questions is equal to 40 points, and difficult questions is equal to 60 points. There are different topics from which you will be tested on based on your choice of difficulty. If you pick easy, you will have properties of quadrilaterals. And if you pick average and or difficult questions, you'll be tested on algebraic scales and you will find the missing parts of the quadrilateral. To further know the easy difficulty, here are the following steps. As you draw your quadrilateral, you will be given a set of special quadrilaterals or parallelograms. This can be a square, trapezoid, rectangle, or rhombus. Sometimes you will be given multiple types. You will then be given choices about the properties of them, and you have to choose the correct property that corresponds with all the set of quadrilaterals you were given. For example, you were given parallelogram and rectangle as types. The choices are A, opposite sides are congruent, B, diagonals are congruent, and C, all angles are 90 degrees. The correct answer here is A. Opposite sides are congruent because this choice fits perfectly with the properties of our given types, which are parallelogram and rectangle.
Note that you have 20 seconds to answer easy, easy question. If you get them right, you will be given 20 points.
Now, for the average and difficult difficulties. The quadrilateral will matter more here, since you will be given a specific type of quadrilateral. In average, you will be given the values of some of the sides and diagonals of the quadrilateral. The properties of the type that has been given to you will reflect on how you answer the question. For example, your type is the rectangle. Degrees of the consecutive angles are given, which are 4 and 5 respectively. Question is, what is the degree value of the opposite angle of the 4-degree angle? The answer will be 4 because opposite angles are congruent. Next up for the difficult questions. It is the same style as the average difficulty, but this will test your skills in algebra. Not only you will have to find the value of the missing part, but you also have to find the value of x too. An example of a difficult question is, let's say your type is a parallelogram, and the question is, find the value of the right side. The left side is equal to 3x plus 9, and the right side is equal to x plus 17. We know for a fact that two opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. So we solve for x and putting them together, we transpose 9 to the right side and x to the left side. After computing, we'll end up with x is equal to 4. And we substitute it to our equation of the right side, which is x plus 17, and 4 plus 17 is equal to 21. There we have our final answer.
Have only 30 seconds to answer average question and 20 seconds to answer difficult question. And if you get the correct answer in average, you will have 40 points, and in difficult, you will have 60 points. You have no choices at all.
Let us discuss about the supercards. You can use these to your advantage and increase the probability of you answering the question correctly. There are 3 types. First one is to eliminate one incorrect answer. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You'll be removing one incorrect option from the list of choices. But it is only applicable to easy questions since we don't have any choices for average and difficult questions. Second power is to get a second chance. With this power, you can get an additional chance if you submit a wrong answer. And the last one is to freeze timer. Since you only have a limited amount of time to answer the question, you will be able to stop the clock and take your time in answering or solving. For the last feature of the game, everyone, we have the gamble machine. By hearing the name, you probably now have an idea on what it might be. But this only appears every 2 rounds. It will choose a random player and will give them a number. It can be 25, 50, or 100. And it will give you a question, anything related to quadrilaterals. But here's the catch, everyone. If you answer the question correctly, the number the gamble machine gives you will give you that amount as additional points. But if you answer the question wrong, the number it gave you will be added to the points for all of your opponents, and the amount they will gain is the amount you will lose. So there's a win some, you lose some situation. So that's why you have to get lucky at all times. And that wraps up my presentation on my virtual game. I hope you seem interested in someone playing it and that you were intrigued. But I thank you for listening. I wish you a blessed morning. Have a nice day. God bless and goodbye.